I don't know. We're just going to keep playing. We don't control who wins and loses. We just control what we can do. I'm really proud of the group. I told them that. 4 games, 17 days, battled their asses off. Proud of them. We knew tonight that it was going to come down to a couple things. We knew we had to take care of the football and take it away. We didn't do a very good job with that. And then we knew we had to win the trenches, and we didn't really do that. So I thought they played hard, gave up too many explosives, and then, of course, just couldn't. When we'd get a little momentum, we just couldn't get a stop. And so the complementary football wasn't what it's been over the last couple weeks. And when you play a good football team like this on the road, unfortunately, when you do that, it's going to be hard to win. Yeah, they're fast. We got guys that can run, too. I felt like we didn't tackle great. When they got in the perimeter a little bit, I thought they hurt us. We have to look at that. But it's an explosive football team. Thought, Goff played very, very well. But we just gave up too many explosives. Explosive run. Montgomery hits explosive run. Big play, Jamison Williams after we made it, one-score game. And, those are things that we have been doing over the last, 3 weeks. And we didn't do it tonight.
Clarence Hill, DLOS. Was anything going on with Pickens? It seemed like he had the same energy tonight.
No, I don't think so. I want to look at it. I mean, he was being doubled. The minute CD went out, they just decided to play everything 2-man over there and try to double him and take him away. But I don't think so. Really proud of Flournoy, him stepping up. I thought CD before the injury was outstanding. We knew we'd hit some explosives, and unfortunately, we just, we weren't very good in the red zone. Kicked too many field goals. And against a team like this, you can't kick field goals.
You had 2 crucial offensive pass interference penalties, one on Pickens and sort of the big one on Ferguson. Can you talk about those?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. It's not ultimately what decided the game.
Brian Schottenheimer with ESPN, you got into a one-score game a couple of different times. The 3rd and 6, they got Jamison on Marquise. Is that just a scheme? They schemed that up on you?
Yeah, it looked like it was a fire zone, and sometimes, based on the pieces, how they get in there, 1, 2, and 3, there's matchup things, and obviously they made the play. Really good throw by Jared. But again, I thought we were pretty good on 3rd down on defense, and in the red zone we weren't very good. So again, to me, in this game, you look at it, they were 4 or 5, I think, in the red zone. We were 1 of 3. We're kicking field goals, they're scoring touchdowns. And again, when you play on the road against a really good football team, you can't do that. And unfortunately, that's why we stand here tonight.
When you look at the pressure that Dak was under, were you surprised at the way that they were attacking up front, or is that how they go?
No, that's the way they play. I mean, this team has a play style that I really respect. I really respect Dan and the job he and his staff do. Told Coach Shepard after the game, ton of respect for him. First-year coordinator, and they gave us a bunch of fits, especially early in the first half. We were struggling to kind of find our rhythm in the first half. Thought we made some good adjustments coming out of half, but Hutchinson, McNeil, I think Muhammad had 3 tonight. And you're not going to win many football games when you're doing that. Yeah, concussion. Saw him, talked to him after the game, and he'll be in the protocol.
And then just how much of an effect do you think your guys' special teams covered critically on kickoffs, where it seemed like there was some great field position for the Lions most of the night?
Yeah, for sure. The field position felt like it was, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but they seemed to be starting around the 40. We certainly didn't cover very well, and I thought that that kind of flipped the field. We gave them a bunch of short fields, and we have to look at why that was. And we'll do that. Certainly an area for us to clean up.
Tommy Young's DallasCowboys.com. It's 2 weeks in a row now that Turpin's got the fair catch penalty called against him. What goes into fixing that and just with the messages to him on the sideline to kind of tie the tape out of the way? Does that back you up for almost the safety on the second drive?
Yeah, again, Turp knows better than that. It's pretty simple, Tommy. Just don't do it. I mean, if you put your hand up, you can't run. If you declare for the fair catch, you gotta be clear and decisive with it. And if you do, then don't run.
You mentioned 4 games and however many days it was.
17.
You finally have a long break now. How much do you feel like that's needed?
Again, we keep playing. I mean, we're ready. We'll play anybody, anywhere. It doesn't change because you lose to the Detroit Lions when you don't play very good. We did not play very good tonight, and that's why we lost. I'd love to play them again tomorrow if they'd let us. They're not going to let us do that. So we do have a little bit of time. Like somebody asked me the other day, we can dive into a little bit of self-scout stuff. over these next couple days and clean some things up. But the biggest thing we got to clean up is the turnovers on offense. We're loose with the ball, and it's got to be better.
Yeah.
I think Cal Schottenheimer's point is, the game started out, looked like they were almost not even trying to run. And you had a lot of pressure on the off early. How do you feel like that turned into a night where you gave up 44 points?
Yeah, again, I agree with you. I thought early on, we ended up holding them in the first drive, but I thought we got great hits on them. And the one thing Jared does a really good job of, you watch him, he'll throw the ball away at the feet of the guys and not get sacks, but we were rushing him really well. I thought they made some good adjustments. They started chipping us a lot, trying to slow down our games. And, they got the ball on the perimeter quite a bit on us, Tim, which kind of hurt us. Little dump passes out there to Jameer Gibbs and Jameson Williams and those guys. I thought Jared made some great throws all night. A few times we had tight coverage, and he put the ball in the one spot we couldn't make the play.
There was some confusion in the way the ref announced your challenge, final challenge. So
Yeah.
did you think you had the right challenge?
We did, yeah. We thought he was out of bounds, and we knew that we were going to use a timeout anyway, so it was worth just throwing the challenge flag. But, yeah, I guess I'm 0 for 1. Another loss tonight.
Dave Hogue, Associated Press. Obviously, you don't want to try to find field goals in the game like that. Can you talk about the performance from your kicker, not just tonight, especially today?
Yeah, he's incredible. I don't know. I'm sure he set another record tonight. He's just an incredible kicker. We certainly don't want to do that. We pride ourselves on being able to score points and touchdowns, and we certainly have the guys to do that. But Brandon he's just incredible. I mean, you jog him out there, and it's just, he's going to put it right down the middle. And, again, I go back to the protection's really good. But, again, I love what we have with both Banger as the holder, Trent Sieg as the long snapper. I think that's critical. But it is a luxury that I've never had before. And, I mean, you don't hesitate, 60, 55. You don't even hesitate. And, unfortunately, we used his leg too much tonight.
Behind at the start of some of these games, can you pinpoint, each game's different, obviously, can you pinpoint why that is going on?
No, it's a fair question, Calvin. I think that's what we'll look at, these next couple of days, because I feel like that was the case, obviously, against Philadelphia, spot them 21, and then Kansas City were down 7-0. And, we weren't very good on offense in the first quarter, first half. They had a few things that challenged us that, again, I thought we made some adjustments to, but certainly the pass rush was a factor.
We're going to talk about the number of games in 17 days. That, at some point, got behind the pads, obviously. Is that where you guys are at some point? Does it catch up to you?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's not the reason that we put the ball on the ground. That's not the reason we didn't get stops in the red zone. I just think we didn't execute very well. And that starts with me, the staff. We got to take a hard look at ourselves. I thought they had a really good plan on both sides of the ball, attacking us. And, we have tonight we'll look at it on the plane, and we'll talk about it some more tomorrow before we get into some of the self-scout stuff.
When you look at how you approach the road, I know you had wins at the Raiders and at the Jets, but with the Denver game, the Chicago game, with tonight, I don't know if there's any commonality with you guys not having it on the road, having your best performance.
Yeah, I understand why you asked the question, and we certainly need to win games. I told the guys that. You have to learn how to win on the road against good teams to go where we want to go. And we haven't played very well on the road at times. And so I think it's more of us focusing on the little things. It's not the travel. It's not that stuff. I mean, we'll take a look at everything, though. We'll take a look at walkthroughs when we're doing walkthroughs, when we're doing meetings, all those things. And but at the end of the day, the execution today, Clarence was just sloppy, and that's why we sit here tonight with a loss.
Brian, the opening of the third quarter, you're probably coming out of it thinking, okay, you kind of got back into it late. How did that is that any kind of turning point in your mind where that started? No, you got
The interception?
Yeah, the interception.
Yeah, a guy jumped it. Again, you guys been putting everything out there about slants all week. And so he jumped one, and we actually hit it. We hit a couple. I did say that. Well, we did. We hit a couple, too. But, man, I wish I would have had Sluggo on there. But I was trying to get, off to a positive start. We lost first down, tonight. I really felt that. We've put ourselves in long yardage situations. We lost first down, and I think on both sides of the ball. So when you're calling the game, if you're Dan and you're 2nd and 3, 4, whatever, you feel great. And when you're on the other side of it, you're 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10. It's a little bit more difficult, and the play sheet seems to shrink. special group of guys. They're not going to let that happen. You know, this is a special group of guys. They're disappointed. They're disappointed because we let a opportunity to win a game on the road against a good team get away from us. But we'll pick ourselves up. We'll go back to work, and we're guaranteed another championship opportunity next week against Minnesota.
And I know he came back, didn't miss a snap or anything, but Dak banged pretty good on one of the staff returns. Landed on. How's he doing?
He's sore. Yeah, he should be sore after getting hit that much. And that's, again, you know, we talked a little bit about it. I think we've been one of the best teams in the league at protecting him. And so kudos to them. They did a great job. And we got to look at, you know, how we protected up front and what the issues were. There certainly were issues because you can't have your quarterback taking those kinds of hits and be successful.
I imagine you prepared for the same round of play, but how much of a surprise was that for you that he was able to go and then play as much as he did?
Not at all. I mean, again, until they tell you he's out, you assume these guys are going to play. And again, supposedly don't know the young man. Great player, but supposedly he's a warrior. And so it's an important game for both teams, and they got the best of us.
And then just, was it close at all with J.W. Clowney possibly playing, or not really?
Yeah, it was close. But at the end of the day, we made the right decision not playing him. And, you know, we just, you know, were concerned that if he went out there and tried to play that it might get worse, and then it could be a much longer injury. All right, thanks, guys.